Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello learners, welcome back to the course on AI in Human Resource Management. We start a new module today where we'll be looking into the AI and the use of AI in different HR functions typically. So I'll start with employee retention today. I'm Dr. Abraham Cyril Issac. I'm an assistant professor at the School of Business, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Now when you look into employee retention, we do understand what is the significance or what is the importance of employee retention. We'll start with that particular point. We'll also build into the different AI tools. Specifically, I'll take an example also and show how these actually make use of or enables or facilitates the employee retention altogether. Let's look into that. First, let's understand what do you mean by employee retention. There might be some people who are not from the HR background, typically people who are from the HR background. My apologies for that. You might already know this employee retention, but the significance of employee retention I want to underscore here. Employee retention refers to an organization's ability to keep its employees over a period of time. There is no doubt about that. It encompasses the strategies and practices that companies implement to reduce turnover and maintain a stable workforce. So when you look into high employee retention, it is often an indicator of a positive work environment, effective management, and employee engagement and job satisfaction. So employee retention is a positive aspect. People are happy to stay back in the company, lot of good reasons, lot of positive vibes to stay back in the organization. So employee retention is a critical aspect of human resource management, as high turnover rates can lead to increased cost, decreased morale within the organization. So these two things, time and again I re-emphasize, increased cost and decreased morale within the organization. So the advent of artificial intelligence, if you ask me, has introduced innovative strategies that enhance employee retention by providing data-driven insights, personalized experiences, and proactive intervention. So let's look into that. When you look into the key aspects of employee retention, it typically includes work environment, creating a positive and inclusive culture where employees feel valued and respected is vital for a good employee-employer environment. You look into job satisfaction, ensuring that employees find their work meaningful and fulfilling, and that their roles align with the skills and interests. If I am being given, let's say you all would have thought this at some point in your time. Let's say I am talented, I am skillful, but I am not in the right job or I am not given the right task, then you do not have the so-called job satisfaction. Another significant aspect could be the employee compensation and benefits. Offering competitive salaries and benefit packages that meets the needs and expectations of employees is vital. Another significant aspect could be the career development, which we talk about many a time, providing opportunities for professional growth through training or sometimes through mentorship or advancement. You also have aspects of recognition and reward, mainly attributed nowadays, performance or the employee of the month or the day, etc. So acknowledging and rewarding employees for their contributions and achievement is also an aspect of employee retention. Work-life balance is a significant aspect, if you ask me, of employee retention. Promoting policies and practices that allow employees to balance work responsibilities with personal life is the niche area of many organizations, and they thrive like anything. Communication happens to be another key aspect of employee retention. Please note, maintaining open lines of communication between management and employees to address concerns, maybe to provide feedback and to foster collaboration is vital. So, effective employee retention strategies not only help reduce the recruitment and training costs, but they also contribute to a more productive and engaged workforce, ultimately driving organizational success. Now, let's look into the AI tools for employee retention. When you are looking into AI tools, please note it highlights their functionalities, benefits and practical applications. So, let's start with the predictive analytics for turnover. You look into the functionality, application and benefits. That would be the modus operandi of my discussion today. When you look into the functionality, AI systems analyze vast amount of employee data, including, let's say, performance reviews or engagement surveys and historical turnover patterns to typically identify the trends that may indicate the potential attrition. When you look into the application aspect, by recognizing the early warning signs, it could be dips in engagement or, let's say, frequent absenteeism, HR teams can intervene proactively. Now, if I take an example, predictive analytics can predict turnover rates with an accuracy rate of 20 to 30% almost, allowing organization to address issues before they even escalate. So, benefits would be this proactive approach helps reduce the turnover rates significantly by enabling timely interventions tailored to individual employee needs. Another aspect or AI tool for employee retention would be personalized employee development plan. You look into the functionality again, AI tools typically assess individual employee strength, weakness and even career aspirations to create customized development plans. You look into the applications, what are there significantly. Platforms like Savvy, they utilize AI to develop tailored learning paths for employees based on their skills and career goals. So, research studies indicate that 94%, not a small percentage, 94% of employees are more likely to stay with a company that invests in their personal development. That is significant. When you look into the benefits part, please note personalized development fosters a sense of value among employees, so enhancing job satisfaction and loyalty towards the company. If you look into other aspects, other tools, we have enhanced onboarding experiences. You look into the application, you look into the functionality aspect. In the beginning, you have AI that can tailor onboarding process for new hires to ensure they feel welcomed and valued from the day one. You look into the application aspect by analyzing new hire data and preferences. These AI-driven onboarding platforms can typically customize the training schedules and materials to fit individual learning styles. What are the benefits? It impacts an employee's decision making. A positive onboarding experience significantly impacts an employee's decision to stay long term, reducing early turnover. Other AI tools for employee retention would be for the real-time feedback and engagement surveys. The functionality would be AI-powered engagement survey tools which analyze employee feedback in real time to gauge morale and job satisfaction. The application part would be tools like Tiny Plus, which enable organizations to conduct pulse surveys that provide immediate insights into the employee sentiment. So, this typically allows HR teams to respond quickly to concerns. And if you ask me the benefits, organizations using AI-driven feedback tools have reported up to a 25% improvement in employee satisfaction by addressing the concerns promptly. When you look into the other tools, you have automated recognition programs. You look into the functionality. AI systems can automatically track employee achievements and send real-time acknowledgements. The applications would be something like automated recognition platforms, ensuring that employees receive timely recognition for their contribution, which is vital for maintaining motivation. So, research studies typically show that 69% of employees are motivated to work harder when they receive regular recognition, and this is the key aspect which I wanted to discuss today. When you are looking into automated recognition programs, the benefits would be that the recognition boosts morale and encourages loyalty among employees, leading to a high retention rate, quite similar to the previous discussion. When you look into health and well-being support, the functionality would be that AI tools provide personalized health and well-being support. They include stress management resources. Please note, something which is very much required in today's day. Even stress management resources are provided as part of the functionality. The applications would be something like AI-powered mental health chatbots that can offer immediate support for employees dealing with stress or burnout. So, according to Forbes, 92% of the workers are more likely to stay with the company that provides access to mental health resources. The benefits would be, by prioritizing mental health, organizations demonstrate care for their employees' overall well-being, fostering the loyalty. So this is again another significant aspect when you look into employee retention. You also have the workload optimization, and this is also vital when you look into employee retention. Nobody likes to be burdened or overburdened with a lot of work, and workload optimization is critical, especially when you look into the functionality. AI analyzes work patterns to optimize the workloads, and it prevents the burnout. You look into the application part by assessing task completion times and employee productivity levels. AI can recommend adjustments in workload distribution, and certainly the benefits are certainly balanced workloads, which improve job satisfaction and reduces the risk of burnout, contributing positively again to the retention efforts. Now we have the predictive career pathing. It is nothing but the functionality would be AI tools that forecast the potential career paths with the organization or within the organization based on an employee's skill and performance. Look into the application part. By providing visibility into future opportunities, organizations can typically motivate employees to stay and grow within the company. The benefits would be career pathing typically enhances the engagement part. So, to conclude the entire discussion on AI tools for employee retention, I would definitely say that AI tools are indeed revolutionizing employee retention strategies. There is no denying the fact. It provides organizations with the ability to predict turnover risk, personalize development plans, enhance onboarding experiences, gather real-time feedback, automate recognition processes, supports mental health initiatives like what we have seen previously, optimizes the workload, and even forecasts the career path. So by leveraging these technologies effectively, businesses can create a more engaged, satisfied, and loyal workforce. So as organizations, continue to adapt in a competitive landscape, embracing AI-driven approaches will typically be vital for reducing the turnover rates and fostering a positive workplace culture. Now let me quickly give you a glimpse of tool. As I mentioned, there are a host of tools, but it is practically and logistically not possible to display everything. I've taken some cues and some initiatives to give you some insights into some of the relevant tools. Peakon is one such tool which is used for employee engagement and retention. It's an employee engagement and retention platform specifically, which uses AI-driven insights. The source I've already given, so you can always go and refer to that. Key features would be real-time engagement tracking is there, and sentiment analysis would be there. AI-powered surveys to assess the morale, the job satisfaction, and potential attrition risk. Customizable reports to identify areas needing improvement. Insights into drivers of turnover and strategies to increase the retention. So this is the Peakon, the employee success platform, which makes data-driven people decisions that lead to increased engagement and job satisfaction to a great extent. So you can see that the engagement is being determined by an objective score. There's an engagement score which gives you what or how the particular employee is being adjusting to the organization. You look into goals. You can set clear goals for your company culture, measuring ongoing progress with industry benchmarks, see how inclusion, well-being and other key aspects of employee experience typically actually impact the engagement. So lot of such possibilities can be given with respect to the score, the participation, how the benchmark is achieved. All these aspects can be obtained with respect to the engagement. You see, the focus can be on right initiatives from onboarding, let's say, to exit with real-time employee lifecycle insights. So you see the initial development, ongoing development and retention. You see onboarding, initial development again. So the different types of analytics is possible. You can see how the progress is made, if there are dipping or is it going down, or what are the typical factors going up or down. So all these aspects typically give you a certain level of understanding with respect to employee engagement cycle altogether. You also see that there is a possibility of different scores with respect to different parameters, select parameters which can include like the environment, the autonomy. So after significant analysis, slice and dice your data to identify the most impactful initiatives across different teams and demographics, and drill down into specific aspects of employee experience that matter to your business. So this typically helps to reduce the attrition costs with certain predictive analytics and addresses the root cause of why generally your people leave. So basically you'll get the score related to that with respect to onboarding, with respect to initial development, etc. You also have a typical action plan that emerges that will enable top to bottom ownership of engagement with personalized manager and employee dashboard. So you get to see how you can develop what are the different prioritized improvements that need to happen, and what is the freedom of opinion, what is the typical action plan for the growth, etc. You also get to see the story behind your data with employee comments and let people know that they have been heard, start anonymous two-way conversations and collaborate with internal experts to resolve the issues typically. So a lot of possibilities are there within the platform which gives you a typical understanding of where you stand typically and how you can actually go ahead. So after that, you translate thousands of employee comments into clear priorities with advanced text analytics. So basically, you decode everything to a particular score with respect to the meeting rooms, headphones, home policy, hours, life balance, etc. All these parameters could be actually finalized. And finally, you will get to empower your people leaders with contextual micro learning and ideas for how to improve their teams, improve all aspects of employee experience in one place, and create a high performance culture that typically enables the success of every employee and will help certainly in employee retention in a more effective manner. So when you look into employee retention, please note that this is one of the critical aspect concerning every single organization. They don't want their employees, especially the people whom they have invested a lot. We generally say typically time, cost, labor, investment. So a lot of investment has gone into them in terms of nurturing them, in terms of training them, bringing them up, up the hierarchy, and they have a clear succession plan. But suddenly the employee leaves out, it makes a void in the organizational hierarchy altogether. So it is not that easy to replace an exactly the same person, or replace a person with the same talent or skill set or the experience. So many a time your institutional memory, please recollect our discussions on that, goes in vain. So this AI would definitely try to enable your employee retention. I've given you the different AI tools specifically. We have also discussed on one sample tool. So again, prioritize based on your requirement. What is your requirement? Based on that, you can bring up a new tool. So please note that employee retention happens to be one of the most significant HR domain or HR aspect or HR vertical, if I can use the word, and AI is typically facilitating that in today's world. Thank you for listening to me patiently. We'll come up with more details about another domain and how AI is facilitating the whole scenario. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.